part 2 of our training session. We just put this together, and this is a new training tool I am using. It is called doing a screen recording, which means my phone is recording what's happening on my screen. However, you don't see my thumb pushing it, so I'm going to have to describe what I'm doing as best I can. So I'm just kind of looking at my phone here. I am going over to iMovie. I'm touching on iMovie, and this is the one that we just completed. And what I did was I added zooms into it. So I took the clip and I first went through. I'm kind of scrolling back here with my thumb to get to the beginning. I'm going to press play here.
We are here today with Cindy, and she's a part of Toledo's Pet Bowl project.
So here is...
We have an adoption event going on here at Kroger in Perrysburg.
So I am going to add...
we've got some dogs that are up for adoption.
What exactly is going to be happening?
So we're out here actually spreading information.
So I'm going to press the plus sign, and next thing I'm going to do is press movie, and then recently added. And I took a lot of... I got to back up here a minute. I took a lot of video clips today, and so this is going back to the first one I did, and here we go. Here's some pit bulls. So let's go with, actually this is kind of a good, the side of his truck. So I'm going to take, let's take this one. 9 seconds is a little bit long. I'm going to back this up with my thumb in the highlighted yellow area. I'm pressing on the right side of the box. I'm pressing with my thumb, and I'm backing that up. You see where the time's going? I want about 5 seconds for this one. A little bit over 5 seconds. I'm going to press on where the 3 dots are. It's going to cut away. It's going to lay that in. So now it's going to go like this.
What exactly?
So people are engaged when it kind of goes back and forth. This is kind of a bad example. She kind of turned a little bit. We see the side of her head. I'd much rather see the front of her face.
What exactly is going to be happening?
So we're out here actually spreading information about what we do.
So we transitioned. We made a few cuts there. We zoomed in. We pulled back out. And now we're putting in. So this is nicely breaking it up. And it really is going to look like a professional.
Our dogs to the community.
What's the history in...
Okay, so this overlapped a little bit. So I'm going to see if I can take that back just a tad there.
The community.
What's the history and mission of...
So that went a little bit longer than I thought. It kind of went into the transition, so I just highlighted it with my thumb and backed it up a little bit on that right side, that little thick spot of yellow there. Just pushed it back a little bit.
What's the history...
So it didn't affect the transition.
Of your organization?
So Toledo's Pet Bowl project...
So now she's talking about the history and mission of the organization, so I think it's probably nice to put in the side of her truck. It gives the phone number. Let's go a little over 5 seconds on this one. Hit the 3 dots, hit cutaway, it'll lay it over.
It stands for, and our mission is to prevent, educate, and train. So basically, it's prevent animal cruelty and dog fighting.
So she's going to go on and on there. I'm going to wait to the next transition.
Wrap.
So now let's get a few pictures of dogs. I'm going to put this one back here, put a cutaway there.
A long time ago, back.
Whoop, that went the wrong one. I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to go back a little bit.
A bad rap.
So what I want to do is I want to put the one with the dogs in here. So I'm going to do the dog one. There we go. Cut away. And we got the dog now.
A long time ago, back, in the 90s, it was sort of started with the rap songs and things like that.
So now I'm going to go through here, forward wind a little bit. We did a question, kind of a long question, so I'm going to... Let's see what else I can put in here. Let's see. Let's put the whole van in here. Go about 5 seconds on that. Hit the 3 dots, hit cutaway, lay it on top.
We actually have an education center on Tremainsville. We offer low-cost dog training.
So that's the van again. Here's the finishing the question. Long answer, that's okay. And she's got a quick question. So I'm going to put one more dog in here. Let's put the dog in there. About 5 seconds. Hit the 3 dots, put in cutaway.
The most recent one is we had a dog named Hattie that was found on the railroad tracks over by...
Okay, so I put a few cutaways in there. Let's see how.
Project.com.
Okay, she's winding it up, so I'm done. I'm going to hit done. I'm going to hit the arrow at the bottom that's pointing up, the little square in the center. I'm going to save the video back. I'm going to save it in high definition, 1080. And while we're waiting, I'll put a little plug in here for iPhones. The reason why I like using iPhone is not necessarily the technical aspects of the phone are better than a Galaxy phone. I also have a Galaxy 10 Plus Max or Galaxy 10 Plus phone. But I just think that the editing editing software is better with iMovie. It's a lot simpler. I blew through this right now. I'm putting together a training video that I think a 10-year-old could do. And it's just doing a few simple things over and over and over again and being consistent with it and making sure there's quality, that there's not overlaps, that it's not sloppily done. But you learn how to do this very effectively and you will turn out professional looking news videos. And our goal is to produce these videos as if you would see it on the 6 o'clock news, you'd see it on CNN. It would be something that, you could produce these and do it all on your phone, all with $150 worth of basically tripod, microphone, mic flag, that type of thing. I'm going to hit OK here. And then we've saved it. I'm going to stamp this now. Hopefully my training video is still rolling. Go on watermark. Going to tap on export with my thumb. You know what? I'm not going to tap on export. I'm going to back out of this because right now we're on our other video. So I'm going to hit the little back arrow here at the bottom. Now I'm back to the start. Single video. Hit library. I'm going to go to moments or really anything. And I'm going to look at the very last one I did. Angela's down here. This was the final. I just want to put the club stamp in the lower right corner. We always put the club stamp in the lower right corner. Even if there's more space, even if it's more convenient on the other side, even if, there was a height difference and the reporter's head is in the lower corner, you always want to have it there. No exceptions. That's how we brand these. That's our house style of doing it. You just always have to remember when you're filming, when you're videoing, that there needs to be some space here in the lower right corner to place our club logo. So it's compressing this. This is a function of a processor. So it's going to kind of click over here to loading. And now it's going to give me the options with stamps. I have these loaded in my phone already. And once you load them in, the Mark V will always be there. And so I'm going to look for Perrysburg is right there. So with my thumbs, I'm going to have in the upper left corner of this box, the lower right corner with my thumbs, squeeze it in. And then just kind of eyeball it so it looks right about that big. And then I'm going to place it in the corner to where there's a little bit of space on the bottom, a little bit of space on the side. That's a little bit too much space. And sometimes when this, you just have to, I want it over a little bit. Now it's not moving. So, okay, there it is. I was going to say if it did move, I would just delete it and start over. Okay, that's pretty good. So you want to have it like that. I'm going to hit the checkbox right over her head over here on the left. I'm going to hit now the checkbox in the lower right corner. And then I'm going to export it. The export there, I'm clicking on that. So now it's kind of processing the video. And it is exporting back to my phone now. So when we do this, this will be ready for publishing to our Facebook page. But I'm not going to do a training video on that just yet. The longer these things run, the more information you put in them, the more longer it takes to upload them, the more data it chews up. So I'm going to try to keep this as short as I can, even though it's kind of going long. And it's processing this right now. When it's processing like this is not a function of Wi-Fi or internet speed. This is my processor doing this. So you always want to be aware of how many apps are running, how many things are going on your phone. And the fewer things, the better when you're doing a computing process like this. So here we go, almost to the end. Generating video, please wait. And it's almost there. Okay, so now I'm going to save it back. And that's it. So now I'm going to go back over to my photos or my camera where it's all at. And here's our final. And
we are here
there we
today
go.
with Cindy, and she's a part of Toledo's Pet Bowl project. What do you have going
So
on?
we're all set. So this is now ready to upload. I'm going to see if we're still recording here, and we are.